Alright, let's set up the overlay here real quick. Swap those around. Alright. Without further ado, boys and girls, getting into game number 2. Spawning here in the lower right corner of the map. He is representing his team, Empire. It is the Blue Terran, Happy. Man, there's no hype in my voice today, and I'm sorry, guys. But on Twitter at Empire Happy. Because, of course, we got some big stuff coming up for the end of the week here, and the last thing I want to do is train my voice. So I'm trying to keep it a little bit more calm, a little more collected. But his opponent in the top right, he is red. He hails from Europe, currently in Switzerland. It is my Insanity's JJakji. Worst map swivel ever. Why would you ever do that after that? Alright, you guys all sick? You got motion sickness now? Fantastic. Alright, so game number 2 coming up. One thing to consider for Happy is his choice to go bio isn't what lost in that game. Oh, 1 second. Sorry. His choice to go bio is not at all what cost him that game. Bio does work versus mech. If there's one player who will prove that time and time again, it's Polt. That being said, it was the fact that he fell a little bit behind early, that he wasn't able to get that Hellion push off the way he wanted to, and he just was going to struggle. I mean, the drop JJakji pulled off was cool, but it really killed like what, 6 workers? Not the end of the world. I think for Happy to come back into this one, he's just got to find a way to either get ahead early or play it a little more standard. The reason he probably didn't play standard is because that's what JJakji's most likely used to. He'll be able to anticipate moves like that. But we'll see what happens here. Out of JJakji, if he's going to go for mech again. JJakji's kind of cool, actually. What I like about him, like, there's actually this big thread about how people are boring. You know, players do the same things every game. But here we go. A little bit different coming out of JJakji. Tries to hide the racks a little bit over here. Not quite a Tasia barracks. There was a time, of course, in Wings of Liberty where you'd watch Tasia and he would just build barracks in all of the most random weird spots. But a 2 racks Reaper build could be a build order counter to Happy, who's opening with Reaper as well. Typically, the best way to deal with early Reapers is to have Hellions out. But, of course, if you go for this earlier Reaper, your factory's delayed by a significant amount. And while Frost looks like there's a lot of places to get in, you gotta remember, guys, this sort of crevasse, you can't jump up here with the Reapers. So you can only come in from this ledge or over here. So predicting the Reaper pathing, not that big of a problem. But as far as having actual units to deal with it, that is, in fact, a problem. JJakji's SV does go down. Blood. 2 the Reaper of Happy that popped out of his base. But it is, of course, going to be 2 racks Reaper. Okay. So this is what I was talking about for before we even got into this. JJakji's a player who does swap it up from time to time. He's like one of the few players who still uses 888 versus Zerg. That is, of course, 8 racks Reaper. But 2 racks Reaper versus Terran. Some consider it cheesy, some consider it almost standard at this point, because this is how a lot of the matchups used to open, and then they transitioned into Banshees, and Banshees got cheap again. Of course, Banshees are good too, because they can't hold this off relatively easy. Again, all you need is a Hellion, all you need is a Banshee, but that's asking a lot. 2 Reapers from Happy are going across to the base of JJakji. JJakji, in the meantime, is 3 outside of the base of Happy. This is going to get a little bit funky to watch. SV's going to get picked off here. Does JJakji respond, or does he go full offensive? Of course, with 2 Reapers popping at home, he might be able to defend against this with a small SCV pull and not devoting too much into it, but picks off the SCV bullet command center of his opponent. Happy's going to have his heart sink a little bit as he realizes he's actually down a whole racks compared to his opponent. And the thing about these pushes is they snowball very quickly. You're meant to kill off 1 Reaper to really start shutting it down. Unfortunately, Happy unable to do that. Oh, I take that back. Gets the surround. 2 Reapers, significantly easier to deal with. However, his SCV below the factory was halted, and I don't think he realized this. He needs to put an SCV back on there. There we go. A little bit too late, but still gets it on there. Taking some pretty annoying worker losses quite now. In fact, devastating amounts of worker losses, down to 11 SCVs. This game is not exactly over, but this is not looking good for our Blue Terran. Happy's going to try and chase these off, but of course there's 2 more coming, and combat drugs will kick in a moment's time. So this is what I was talking about, a bit of a build order loss, guys. You just can't really keep up with this. Hellion, if it gets out, might be able to, but again, Reapers in this I guess, significance of a number, they deal with Hellions pretty easily, and unfortunately Happy's down to more than half the workers of his opponent. JJakji has finished up his command center in a moment's time. Good game's going to be called, and that's the most anticlimactic TVT I've seen these 2 play. But again, these 2 play a lot, whether it's in online cups or whether it's on the ladder. Not too shocked that JJakji didn't want to take this to the macro game with Happy, but a little bit sad to see Happy go. I know there's some ironicness in saying that.